Brazil is big. It's a big country, fifth biggest in the world. It's got the fifth biggest statue of Christ, the Cristo Redentor, overlooking the biggest carnival city in the world, Rio de Janeiro. It also arguably produces the biggest names in football, from Pelé to Zico, Romario to Ronaldinho. As one star departs, another is born. Ronaldo Luiz de Lima, or Ronaldo, and Neymar da Silva Santos Jr., or Neymar, are two of their greatest football creations. And while Ronaldo grew to fame in Europe and on the scales, Neymar's reputation is changing as fast as his hairstyles, without ever leaving the motherland. It's Il Fenomeno against the guy who's so popular he doesn't need a nickname. Ronaldo was born in Rio in September of 1976, and his football talent was immense from the start. Unfortunately, his parents' bank account was not. Top-tier clubs in Rio were interested, but Ronaldo couldn't afford the bus money to tryouts. So he ended up with local club São Cristóvão. 2 years later, a representative from Cruzeiro drove to his home and signed him to a contract, and he thanked them with 57 goals in 59 matches. Neymar was born in a small Sao Paulo town in February 1992, but unlike Ronaldo, was signed to a contract as an 11-year-old by Pelé's old club Santos FC and sent to their storied youth academy, the PX. Spoiled and immature, Neymar soon made a name for himself with his crazy skills and hairstyles, and pocketed a fair bit of cash because of it. At 17, most guys are thinking about what girl to take to their high school proms. But Ronaldo was busy winning Brazil's 4th World Cup before taking Romario's advice and moving to PSV Eindhoven. While the goal was for him to learn more of the football world learned Ronaldo was an epic goal scorer. 66 in 70 matches earned him a trip to Barcelona, and with 48 goals in 51 matches, it was probably the greatest debut for a club in European history. 17 was a turning point for Neymar too. He made his pro debut and a year later led his team to the Paulista title with 14 goals in 48 matches. While local sides claimed he was a chronic diver, club superpowers of Europe were lining up to claim him. In 2010, Neymar was a few months older than when Ronaldo won his first World Cup and looked to make his own World Cup debut. But Seleção coach Carlos Dunga left him off the roster. In his eyes, Neymar didn't have enough international experience. So despite the offers, the accolades and the lure to play overseas, Neymar ignored the distractions and decided to stay local. But both players enjoyed their share of distractions off the pitch. Ronaldo has 4 children with 3 different women. He's been married 3 times, one of them including some very public time apart after he met a man he thought was a woman and didn't find out before it was too late. Food was arguably another distraction, with his weight rising as his knees failed him. It wasn't until much later that a Milan lab exam revealed a thyroid problem may have been the cause. Whatever the case, his skills were greater than the body that housed them. And who knows how great he could have been if his ridiculed physique had cooperated more. For a young guy, Neymar has done a lot of damage off the field too, but in a good way. He's smashing out massive sponsorship deals. His face is on video games and Time magazine, and he's even got his own logo. He's one of the world's richest footballers, and he hasn't left Brazil. But his greatest off-field achievement may be the birth of his son. Fatherhood as a 19-year-old could go in many different directions. For Neymar, it seems to have gone the right way. Ronaldo's career goal tally is insane. 405 goals in 715 matches. With 15 World Cup goals, he's the tournament's all-time leading scorer. They didn't call him Il Fenomeno for nothing. Neymar isn't nearly as prolific, but it's his playmaking ability, his overall football sense and skill that have him already the next Brazilian football saviour. And until he finally strings a few seasons together in European club football, it'll be with the Seleção that he proves himself worthy of the hype. Brazil is big, the biggest football nation of all, and Neymar is their next big football star. So it's fitting their biggest-sized football god, Ronaldo, signed him as his client under his 9 sports and entertainment company. As the 2014 Brazilian Football Federation president, Ronaldo will find Neymar his greatest asset, both on and off the pitch.